everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game could end up being all about the defense as both teams rank in the top 10 in fewest yards allowed. The Raiders are top 10 in defensive yards allowed, and they go up against the Cowboys, who will need to find a way to move the football.
It's a day, Larry, that fans in these parts will need to savor as we come to you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. To throw on 2nd down. Carr throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Crabtree that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Carr. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they give this time to the tailback. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good. Enough for a 1st down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be knocked down sideways. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receivers. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up, and give them some more space to gain additional yardage.
11 more on that one and another 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. Prescott finding his big receiver Bryant there for a Cowboy 1st down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They go to Elliott again. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll try to run it with Morris. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A Raider first down, 17 yards. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession. Fresh set of downs here. Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
His throw incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and it's 3rd down. So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Second down, Prescott. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A second down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the... That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. From the red zone now, Prescott. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The man whose father was a Cowboy, Mario Edwards Jr., in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists in their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Carr airing one deep for Crabtree. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick, pushing his way inside the 40. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. That means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
808. Check 31. Check 31. 618.
Carr now on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big.
Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 2nd down following the run. Again, it's Elliott. And he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr. Malik Collins in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Not something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
On third down, Carr. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some room to maneuver. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The rookie from Michigan, Taco Charlton. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Carr and Crabtree hooking up for a big one there. 41 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing on first down is Carr. This one caught left side by Cooper. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Shotgun now for Carr. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Carr.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets?
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. David Irving with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
But hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 25 yards the pickup there and also a first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Prescott now. Trying to improvise. He may try and run for this. As we saw in his rookie year, Dak not afraid to run with it, and he did there to pick up the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They run with Morris. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back now in the East Bay. The Cowboys on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a rare 2-miss ball game for him now. Normally one of the more dependable guys you're going to find around.
Very unlike him. One of the better kickers in the NFL. And I don't think there's anything wrong with him physically or mechanically. He's just having one of those games.
They start the drive with Lynch. Room to run past midfield. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Carr now on first down. It's caught by Crabtree. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there of 22.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On first down, Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. To throw again. Carr. He'll check this down to Lynch. Complete. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jalen Smith in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The rookie from Michigan, Taco Charlton. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off Byron Jones. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They start on the ground with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A handoff left, Elliott. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Toss left to Elliott. Skirts by at the 15. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. A first down carry by Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A give to Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. Elliott, toss right. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cowboys, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.